microphone is. I hope you can hear me. Happy New Year, everybody. I just want to put in a quick message here. I've been guided for quite some time to put together a class or a course of some sort. Just narrowing it down to what topic was always my challenge because I've been learning so much, mainly learning how to get still and listen to my inner guidance and know the difference between my ego analytical mind, my facts and my figures and reality, and my intuitive knowings, my higher self, my connection to the God self, whatever you want to label it, because there's an awful lot of labels out there for what it seems to be the same thing. Your inner gut, your inner knowing, your soul. So, as I have grown this skill, I've learned from all sorts of experiences and hindsight, and then other teachers along the way. Because when your soul suddenly wakes up and gets a spark and wants to learn something, it finds the teachers, and it finds the teachers that your soul will resonate with. You know, when we're in school, there's some people who really they're born to teach. They're really good at it, and other people they're teachers, but they're not good teachers. They memorize a script and they put it on the chalkboard, and they're like, it's your job to learn. You know, basically they're just like, well, here's what the book says, you learn it. That's your job. So that's not teaching. When I was in school, I remember I used to, because I had some teachers that I really resonated with and some not so much, right? Interesting, I took accounting and business from the same teacher, and I just wasn't getting it. Well, when I went to college and I signed up for similar dang courses, right? I'm just like, because I wanted to learn it for some reason. It was just like, I should be able to learn this. Well, the teacher in college, she did a refresher course on accounting 10, 20, 30. And in that hour, in that refresher course, I learned more from that lady, and all these light bulbs were going on, and it was like bing, 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 bing. So it wasn't that I wasn't smart enough, and it wasn't that I wasn't able to learn the information. It was the information wasn't being presented to me by someone who was a good teacher. Because to me, if you are a good teacher, you should be able to present the information in a variety of ways. Because when you have a classroom, you're going to have a variety of students. So this is where I find analogies are extremely beneficial. Analogies and stories. That's how we learn. That's how we teach. Hi. And that's how we help each other too. You know, when you find someone that you resonate with, then you're more likely to listen to them. And if they've had similar life experiences, then they're going to understand you, and you're going to feel understood, and then you're more likely to learn from them. Somebody who's a step ahead on the same path that you're on. Now, if you meet with somebody who is presenting information that you're interested in, but you don't resonate with them at all, or their message, it may be because they've experienced the information in a completely different boxed way, and that's not going to help you learn. When I first, I got thrown into giving readings for people. It's kind of like my soul tricked me into doing it, because my mental mind would have talked me out of it. it would have told me, you can't do that. And therefore, I never would have tried. So what happened was I went to a crystal metaphysical shop. I was drawn to go into this shop. And while I was there, I noticed they have a bulletin board, and I love bulletin boards. I love looking at people's ads and stuff. It's just fascinating what people are selling or, sharing with the world. And so I see this one ad for a class, and it says, "Are you an empath?" And I'd not heard the word. It's like, "Are you sensitive to certain materials? Do you dislike large crowds?" And then it just had like 20 different things it listed. I'm like, yes, 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 yes. It's like, well, I'm an empath, whatever that is. So, and then it was just like a little class was being presented for information for people who are ultra sensitive or empathic, and how to understand that you're experiencing the world differently than others. And there are some valuable assets and pieces of knowledge that will help make it easier for you here on the planet if you understand your sensitivities. So, like, when is this class? I'm signing up, right? So I go to this class, and it was fabulous. And she took us through a meditation, and I went deep. I had a great experience. It was my first time doing that. It was just like my soul connected with something it wanted to know and to learn. It was just like soaking it all up. I was like, give me more, right? Then the class come to an end, and then she says, for those of you who are attending my class this afternoon, we'll be meeting back here at 1 o'clock. So it was 11. She said, we'll go for lunch. And then whoever's coming to my afternoon class will meet back here at 1 o'clock. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what this afternoon class is, but I want to attend. I want more of whatever this person is teaching. So I go up to her and I'm like, so do you have any spaces open for your afternoon class? Because if it's connected or related to anything like this, I definitely want to learn more. And she says, absolutely. She says, it's $40 and, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, yep, here's my $40 and, I'll be back in an hour and a half and happily searching the neighborhood for something to eat and excited for this next class. Well, in this next class, when we walked in, she had some crystals on the table and some pieces of paper, and I'm trying to remember what else. Doesn't matter. So you were to grab a crystal that you were drawn to and a piece of paper. So then she set it up so that we were sitting in pairs. So you're sitting with a stranger. We're both sitting on the floor. She told us to rip up our piece of paper. Everybody just rip up your piece of paper and then put it in a pile in front of you on the floor. Okay, so we all did that. We ripped up our piece of paper. However way you want to rip it up, just rip it up. 1, 2, 3, go. Put it on the floor. Stop. And she says, all right, one of you put up your hand. So I looked at my partner and she's like, I'm like, okay. She says, all right, whoever put up their hand, look at the other person's pile of paper and give them a reading. I was like, what? And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, I've never given a reading. I don't know what kind of class did I sign up for here. I'm like, oh my God. But this person sitting across from me is like, waiting. Okay, give me my reading. I'm like, okay. So in my mind, I grabbed her stack of paper, and I just start spewing out messages. It was very strange. I go, Well, based on this piece, because it's large and jagged here, it feels like, like you recently fell off a big cliff, and then there all these other little pieces feel like, like you're putting the scattered pieces of your shattered life back together. And, in my head, I am listening to what I'm saying and I'm going, wow, that sounds really good. And my logical mind is also thinking, I'm going to have to explain to this lady in a minute that I didn't know what I signed up for and to apologize to her because I've never given a reading and I don't really think I know what I'm doing. I think I might just be making this up. But when I looked up, about to say that to apologize, this lady is crying and she's going, oh my God, that's so true. That's so exactly what I've been going through. And I'm like, okay. That was my first experience giving somebody a reading. And then it went from there. When I shared this with friends and family, they kind of said, no, I think you might be going a little crazy. You might need some medication if you think you're listening to voices in your head. Maybe you should go to the doctor, was how they responded to me sharing this beautiful story. Because that wasn't the first reading. Like during that class, I ended up giving readings to like 6 other people and the same reaction. I got to them. Uh, I made most of them cry. I make people cry in a good way. It's like I get to the healing message that they need to hear that's actually going to help them move whatever's pain or obstacle or dysfunctional thought that's in the way of them blossoming something beautiful into their reality. It's like I can see the obstacle, and it's like if I shine the light on it just with just the right story, they go, oh. And then it's just not there anymore. It's like when the light of truth is shone upon something, it's just the shadow is gone. Once you bring in the light, the shadow is gone. The darkness, the heaviness is gone. And so I've learned and realized over the years that that's my gift. I can see where someone's stuck, and I can come up with an analogy and a story to help them, remove the stuck. I've been given the gift of story, the gift of tuning into that person and knowing how to relate to them. And it's like if you're talking to a mechanic and you explain to the mechanic that, if you keep putting in crap fuel, if you keep putting diesel into your Lamborghini, yeah, it's not going to run very good. I don't give a shit how cheap the diesel is. You need to put better fuel into your Lamborghini if you want it to run better. So stop defending that the other fuel is cheaper, because it's actually costing you more than anything. It's breaking down the systems. It's ruining the pistons. Now you got to pay for repairs. Now you got to go to the mechanic, aka the doctor. Now you got to buy parts, services, bills, prescriptions, alternatives. Now you're spending all your money, time, and attention on problems instead of being happy and learning and expanding and living a joyous life. These are all choices. And it all depends what we choose to plug in here, to believe, to see, to experience, to hold true. Some people get entrenched in thoughts and beliefs so deeply, like they carry the same thought, the same conversations, the same dialogue, everything day after day, and they're so entrenched, they're in such a rut that the world could completely change right around them. People around them could be changing and growing, but they won't notice it. They won't see it because all they see is, you know what? In my eyes, you're an asshole. You're, pardon my French, pardon my language. You're a boot. You're a jerk. You're a noodlehead. You're evil. You know, they've plugged in a file as to who everybody is and how they react all the time. And if the people in the whole world around them shifted and changed it and had some any sort of growth or change or whatever, you won't see it. You won't acknowledge it because you won't change your script. And that's what usually keeps most people stuck. The unwillingness to change your own script, to take off your poop goggles and actually, you know, start looking at yourself with a nicer light too. Because as much as you're projecting that on everyone else, you're doing the same to yourself. Somewhere along the way, you learn to keep yourself small, keep yourself down, keep yourself in the trench, stuck in the rut. Because it's a tradition. It's what I learned. I'm here to tell you, you can stop that traditions. You can choose another route. It's scary to choose new. That's why most people don't make any big changes. Because it's scary to come out of the trench, talk to new people. You know what? I want you to stop telling yourself it's scary and tell yourself it's exciting. You might learn something new. You might figure out how to be happy. You might discover new joys, new flavors, new options. It's like life has going to the buffet. There is 1,000 options. Different foods from different cultures and this and that. And every single time you go and you get meat and potatoes, no salt, no pepper, no sauce, nothing, and you refuse to try anything else. You actually suspiciously look at the other food. Doesn't seem good to me. I don't know about those people and their spices. Like literally, that's how some people are judging variety in life. Like they won't even change their menu. They won't even try a different dish. Well, variety is the spice of life. So if you are happy in your rut, which I know you're not, then by all means, go around another year. Do the same thing. This calendar, it's this day, I must do this. Or, or, or you could look at the menu and try a couple new things this year. Maybe just one or two. See what it's like. Learn how to turn down the negative and maybe turn up the hope a little bit. Curiosity does not kill the cat. Curiosity helps the cat go out there and have multiple lives. Way more than 9. I've lived more than 9 lives, I gotta tell you, because I'm a curious cat. I like to go out there and ask questions. It's like, well, if these people are always miserable and grumpy and not healthy, well, maybe I shouldn't be taking advice from them. Right? If you want to be happy and you want to be healthy, or you want to learn how to tune into your intuition and be more happily guided in life, then go talk to people who are doing that. instead of staying home and complaining that nothing changes for you. So you can always complain, or you can adjust the AC and go from always complaining to actually being curious, asking, contemplating, instead of attacking and criticizing when you hear about something different or new or change. You know how upset some people get when your apps update or your computer updates. You're like, oh, I know, tired of these updates. Well, life is just nothing but one update after another. And some of you are still running the original model, refusing to take an update. But you're really not helping yourself, because some of those updates are pretty damn convenient. They're pretty awesome. Worth at least giving them a try. It's like, you didn't know you liked macaroni and cheese until you tried macaroni and cheese. You don't know if you like avocados until you try avocados. You shouldn't automatically say no to everything. That's not how you learn. That's not how you grow. So I'm going to be offering a challenge. A challenge for those of you who want to grow and learn more about finding joy, how to be happy. When you're seeking joy, you're seeking happiness, and you're seeking growth, and learning how to tune into your inner self, right? Find the remote control for you. A lot of you are just way too remote out there, distanced from your internal network. That's why you're out of control. You're operating remotely, and you have no control. So when I help you get back to home base, where all the power is, if you're interested in that, then stay tuned. I think I'm going to actually do it on the honor system. I'm going to go and get myself a post office box. And if you're so inclined to join the challenge, I'm going to offer the post office box, and you all can mail me a check, or I will offer an email address, and I will accept e-transfers. And those of you who just want to come along, you can join in. But those of you who send me a check and make an actual commitment, I'm going to take a small number of people, and those people I will do a special class once a month, maybe twice a month or once a week, where I personally answer your questions, so you get one-on-one with me. So I want to keep that group small. So those people, they're going to send me a check, and they're going to be committed. So we're going to do this for 12 weeks. So I have to commit to this. This is me committing to whomever signs up. I'm going to leave this video up for the first week of January. So you have the first week of January to sign up. I'll have to do a follow-up video with the information, or I'll edit the info in the comments and put the information on how to be on the inner circle, and where we'll have like a live one-on-one, and I'll have someone with me maybe to read the comments so I catch them. And yeah, let's leap into the new year. Cost, how much to charge, right? It's like, how much? 25 bucks a week. It's 2025, 25 bucks a week. If you can commit that to changing your reality, small way, big way, up to you, how much ever you want to commit to. My intuition will guide me as to how the course will go depending on who signs up. So I have to be open, all right? But if you're drawn to me, you're drawn to my channel, I have the stories and the experiences that will assist you in your growth. That's just how it works, We are energetic beings, because That used to be a doubt of mine. It's like, well, how could I possibly offer something that could be beneficial to everybody? It's like, no, I can't. I will benefit other people who are on a similar path that I've been on, similar journeys, similar experiences. Those are the people who will be drawn to me and my tribe. And so I don't have to worry about the rest. Just focus on the ones that I can help succeed. Right? So I'm going to end that here. This was my New Year's message. I gave myself some notes, which is weird. If you followed my channel, you will have realized I just go live. I don't have a plan, so that's why the messages are just coming. I don't have a script, I don't have a plan. I've always just gone live, and I don't know how to edit a video, so that's how you know none of my videos are edited. I don't know if they'd be the same if I knew how to edit, because then I would just fuss and fret and try to redo things. So I looked on my thing. I have over 400 videos. I had almost 500 videos up there at one point. I started deleting them. I'm like, oh my God, right? And then I was like, I got the message like, stop. You can go back and you can see how you've grown, and you can still those messages. They still might have messages within them that will connect with people. People will find them when they need to find them. Just leave them be. Let them be there. So I was like, okay, I'll leave them, let them be there. It's kind of fun to see yourself change too, right? We all change. We're always changing. We're always growing. I learn a lot. I get messages about people when I tune into them, like you're watching those videos. When I first went on, I just was like, well, tune in. It's like I send out my signal to your receiver. Like visually, I imagine that and I connect. And then when I tune into you, here's what I get, right? And I always get confirmation. Sometimes not immediately, sometimes later, but I do get it. I don't wait for it anymore. Usually, well, I'd say 99.9% of the time, when I'm giving a reading or a message to somebody, they will say, it's funny you say that. And it's kind of like my high five from the universe. Like the universe is going, yep, you nailed it, you got it, right? Because the stranger, in the grocery store, or someone who's come to me for a reading, or random person in the coffee shop people will just come and sit down with me and ask if they can talk to me. It happens all the time. So I just learned to accept it, because I kind of got the message that I'm just kind of like a wandering earth angel, and I will be given the healing message that the person needs, and just to be open and available to deliver, like a postman, for your angels. It's like your higher self is trying to get a message to you, and it's like, oh, there's a postman, she will deliver the message. So they pop it into my head, and I go, I think this is for you, and I spit it out, and then the person goes, it's funny you say that. I've been thinking about, or I've been, right? And then when they say, oh, it's funny you say that, it's kind of like the universe going, high five, thank you for delivering. That's my confirmation. If I had a recorder on me all the time, I could make a really cool video of different people in different voices at different times in my life saying, it's funny you say that. I love it. Well, I'm going to end the video because it's going too long. Happy New Year's. I look forward to connecting with some of you out there on a more personal, deeper level, helping you evolve and grow and expand your journey of tuning into home base and expanding your bright reality, adjusting the AC on reality. I'll help you get the control. All right. So if you're interested in that, stay tuned. I will have more information coming out this week. I didn't plan this video. It's just like my intuition's like, come on, get out there, do it. You can see, still in my pajamas. I love you all out there. I love everybody who tunes in. I love your messages, your comments. It means the world to me, even if it's just one person feels better for hearing what I had to share. Then I made a good positive ripple in the pond. And then they can stop telling me to do it. So this is me taking a big leap of faith. And I look forward to connecting with whoever decides to join it. Smiles to all of you out there. Happy New Year. It's me, down.